So starting off 7 months apart, a tournament full of killers and feelings. Is this star-crossed lovers, trauma bond, or a little bit of both in season two?
The first person that's mentioned trauma bonding.
Mm.
I don't know that John and Quiet would call it that, but
Mm-mm.
probably a little bit.
No, there's no trauma here. I am
Not even
romantic.
a little bit.
I am 100% invested, involved, and want my quiet for myself.
Sure, yes. But
I mean,
there is a lot of trauma in this world. I do think there's some star-crossed elements, right? Like they come together and then they're, in your words, torn apart. And then they come together again. And are they going to stay together? And what's going to happen? Are they going to be teammates? Or are they going to be adversaries? It remains to be seen in season two.
So Quiet's got a mentee this season. John has a long lost sister. How did those dynamics shake up the connection that they connected with or got to in season one?
well, it took some of the focus away. I think for John, his love and appreciation of quiet has never wavered. Even at the end of the first season, he was willing to risk it all. He was willing to give up everything. He was willing to throw it all away for quiet. And she said no. He sees her again, and it's the exact same thing. I want it all, and I want it now. You, buckets of you. And she's like, maybe I'll think about it. Like, who says that? Who does that?
Because sometimes I think, our show really has this element of like nostalgia, and there's a bit of our own adolescence in there, right? And Quiet and John really are living through a bit of their own adolescence. Yes, they're adults, but they've never had these experiences before. They've become adults in this horrifying time of this apocalypse, and they're trying to survive moment to moment. And this is really the first time that they've each experienced like, this, are we a team? Is this like are we really doing this? And like any time that you experience that as an adult, you can go forward and then backward and then forward again. So I think it's cool to watch them experience that and tap into our own, our own adolescent stories in that way.
So Anthony, this season we see John struggling with belonging, especially now that finally has the family that he's always wanted, kind of complicated. What is his thought process towards working that aspect out this season?
Well, with John, it's really, he's used to being on his own. He's used to being an outsider. He's used to survival mode. And now he's finally in a position where his survival is no longer in question. So, I really believe that he's truly vested and 100%, behind the idea of being with quiet. Like everything he's ever wanted, quiet is. And, when his sister comes along, it's the idea of, okay, now my real family is here. So how do I formally take these two things and make them one? How do I, split my focus, but also at the same time, I trust and admire quiet and listen to quiet more than I do my own sister. So she's the closest to me. So instead of a split of focus, it's almost a shared focus for him.
So Stephanie, we see Quiet this season go through a bunch of different things, really, but was there a particular scene that demanded emotional vulnerability for you that sticks out this season?
I don't know that it was a particular scene. I do think like the journey over the course of the season was constantly kind of shifting and the ground was always shifting and changing under Quiet's feet, like, is she gonna be with John? Is she not gonna be with John? Is she gonna keep her word to Dollface? Does Dollface's ethics line up with her own? How much is she willing to give and risk for Mayhem to be safe at any given time? Like, what happens in this tournament, and who wins? Like, can a team win? Is it a single winner? Like, how does this all work? And so to me, like, the ultimate goal is just to try to keep it grounded and real and honest at all times, whether it's something risky or if it's like, a fart joke.